Into this video, we're going to address the overall market and what to expect for the next few days. I'm also going to be sharing with y'all some of the stocks that I'm looking at and why y'all should keep an eye on them as well. All right, y'all. So far, the market has been going sideways for quite some time now. This is the spot. We're going to start off with this. All right. So as you can see, it's been chopping, and the range at which it's been going has been getting smaller and smaller as the days goes by. It's been trading at the same exact range right over here, right there. All right, right here. It's been trading in there for about 17 days now. All right, for about 17 days. Tomorrow will be the 17th day. And also keep in mind that tomorrow there will be unemployment data coming out tomorrow at exactly 7:30 a.m. Central Time. And that may or may not make a drastic move in the markets. I think it will. I think it is going to shake the market a bit. At least it's setting up for it. Looking at it right now, I see a small bear flag on the 2-hour. I'm looking at the 2-hour right now. It looks a bit better on the 4-hour. Yeah, looks a bit better on the 4-hour, but it's there. It's chopping at the moment. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Let's check out the Nasdaq and see if it looks any better, especially on the 4-hour. Yeah. So if you've been watching the channel, I've been telling y'all, I drew this circle right here last Thursday. I drew it for y'all in that video, and I was actually expecting it to fall there, but it didn't. It opened a little bit higher and then had a pop on that Friday and went sideways ever since. And right now it's right back to that level that it was on that Thursday when I made that video. And again, if the market don't like what the data puts out, then we may see that drop to 10.4K come to pass. All right, right now it's a little bit up, but we will see. Things can change. All right, so that's my thoughts on it. The bear flag is still there. We're going to look at the Nasdaq to see how the Nasdaq is looking as well. Let's check this out. And the Nasdaq right now is going sideways as well. Let's look at the 4-hour. And the 4-hour is going sideways. All right, so I'm waiting for this thing to get out. As you can see, I have my alert on here at 23:30. It depends on how much time the market is going to waste. I'm sure all of the bears are watching this very, very carefully, right? And are watching for the SPY to break below that level. There's a lot of room down here, like a lot of room. Like the next level that I see us hitting when we get out of there, because we will get out of there, right? When we get out of it to the downside, I'm expecting to move all the way down to 36.50, somewhere around over here. That's where I would expect some type of bounce if we do crack below that level of support. All right, so keep your eyes out for that potential move tomorrow. All right, now here's some stocks that I'm personally looking at that I think are good enough to share in this video. All right, so the first one that I have my eye on is Netty. All right, and with Netty, it's been demolished for quite some time. It has been demolished for quite some time. It started out around $14. It went all the way up to $221, and has been slowly fading ever since. And right now, it's showing a very bearish structure on here, right over here. As you can see, there is a bearish triangle on there. Somebody could argue that it's a descending triangle, but as you can see, it's just bearish. It broke down this morning and it closed at the lows. Tomorrow, if the market doesn't move, or if this stock decides to do its own thing, I can see this thing sliding all the way down to 36 bucks, maybe even $34 tomorrow or by Monday. So that's the first stock that I'm keeping on watch. The second stock, this one is also looking kind of bearish. The second stock is DDOG. All right, and with DDOG, as you can see, like if you look at this one and you look at Netty, they look identical. They look exactly the same. The structure is on there. This one is a little bit more wider, but the breakdown occurred at the same time as Netty. All right. The breakdown occurred this morning right here at around 67.60. And there is also, let me go back on here to the daily. Yeah, there is a gap right there that has to be taken care of on Datadog. Right over here. All the way down to 56. And as I've told y'all before, the majority of gaps, 90% of all gaps, get filled at some points in time. So I'm watching for a drop in this zone to 56, either by tomorrow, or if the market decides to chop again and slowly waste more time, we might see something like this. A crawl all the way back up to like 66, followed by a continuation down next week. That's what I'm seeing, or just a drop like that. All right, so that's the second stock to keep on watch. Now, the third stock that I'm watching, especially for tomorrow, that one is actually bullish. It's the only bullish structure that looks decent enough. Like, it's KWEB. All right, and the structure on this one is, number one, it's been trying to recover for quite some time. It got demolished for some months, and right now it's making its way back up, right? Number two, we're gonna go onto the 4 hour, and we're gonna zoom in right over here. All right, as you can see, there is an ascending triangle on there. Somebody could argue this is a bull flag, but it's there. It broke out yesterday, and it's continuing again today. And these jumps right here, it could happen overnight tomorrow. And if it does, I wouldn't be surprised to see KWEB at least $38, at most 40 bucks. Again, if this entire sector continues to pretty much do its own thing and ignore what the indices are doing, because the indices are just chopping sideways for a very long time, right? While this sector is just while this sector had its moment during the past few days. So definitely watch this one for a continuation to the long side to 38 bucks. All right, now let me do an update on one of the stocks that I've mentioned in the past. The stock that I've mentioned before that I think it's time to talk about is McDonald's. All right, now with McDonald's, I told you guys to watch this one for a short all the way down to 60. And I think I included that one in, I might have included this one in that Thursday's video, right before the market had a green day the next day. I drew this circle right there at 260. I was expecting it to drop the next day, but it didn't. It just took a sweet time. It just kept going sideways, and eventually got there on Monday, which is kind of annoying for the bears, because it was the majority of shorts. Any shorts who short any stock just want to see the stock fall. Like, we want to see the stock fall as smoothly and as fast as possible. Like, this is the best case scenario. This is like the worst case scenario. Eventually it got there, but if you got in once right there with like long-term contracts, maybe 2 or 3 weeks out, the payout was gonna be quite minimal, right? Because the faster it falls, the faster and the higher the value of the puts gets. All right, so with this one, it still got some room below, and if the market is really bearish tomorrow and starts to fall, and the Nasdaq gets to 10.4k, and the Dow Jones also follows, we might see this one also follow through and collapse. The daily is not looking strong at all. and there is a gap right there at 257 to fill. So that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot. It allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't added me to social media yet, you can find me at NGumah and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, or if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there's some basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks such as signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.